This is Hauyne. It is considered a legendary collector's gemstone because it is so very rare. However, in recent times, Hauyne has become increasingly used in very expensive pieces of jewelry. Although Hauyne has been found in many locations around the globe, the vivid blue and transparent Hauyne, like these stones are, is only found in the Eifel district of Germany, nowhere else. Hauyne from the Eifel district of Germany was formed by a volcano thousands of years ago in the Eifel Mountains. Mineralogically, Hauyne is a feldspathoid that belongs in the sodalite group, which also includes sodalite and lazurite. And Hauyne is often one of the components of lapis lazuli, which is a very popular stone for jewelry, although it's not transparent. Hauyne has a hardness of 5.5 to 6 on the Mohs hardness scale, which makes it harder than apatite, harder than kyanite, and harder than fluorite, which most gem cutters are familiar with. But still, Hauyne is a relatively soft gemstone. Hauyne has been discovered in the following colors: white to gray, green, yellow, red, and blue. But only the blue Hauyne, which is from the Eifel district of Germany, is of facet quality. Hauyne is normally included and very small, but one of the two pieces that I have appears to be internally clean, and that's the one that I'm going to facet today. Now, top quality faceted Hauyne in the 0.2 carat range are very difficult to find, and in the half carat range, very rare, and it's almost impossible to find the 1 carat range faceted Hauyne. Normally, larger sized Hauyne rough has internal fractures and inclusions and are very difficult to facet. Okay, my first stone is pre-polished up pretty quickly. I started the process with a fairly smooth lap, my 12M, which is a 1500 grit lap. So I went from my 12M, then I went straight to a 3000 grit diamond on a bat lap, and this is where I'm at. So now I'm going to, I've got it all pre-polished. I think I'm going to go to a 13,000 grit diamond on a bat lap or straight to my 60,000 grit and polish it. It doesn't take much to polish it, so I think I might try just going straight to polish. Okay, I finished polishing the bottom half, the pavilion of my Hauyne, and I ended up deciding to go with my creamway lap and no cerium oxide spray, just straight creamway, because I talked to a number of the fasters, a couple who have cut Hauyne once or twice, and a couple who haven't, and one of my fellow fasters suggested that the creamway would work fine, and it did. So now I'm going to transfer this stone and cut the upper half. All right, for the upper half of our Hauyne, there was so little amount that I needed to pre-polish that I started with my 3000 grit diamond on a bat lap, which is very rare when I start working on a stone with my bat lap with 3000 grit diamond. So I finished pre-polishing the upper half. Now I'm going to polish it, and I'm going to use my tin lap with cerium oxide bat stick. Okay, I finished polishing the upper half of our Hauyne with a tin lap and cerium oxide bat stick. So now I'm going to set up the stone to cut and polish the table. Okay, to polish the table, I set my index tooth at 96. You don't have to, but I just always set it at 96. That's my frame of reference. Then this dop retention screw, the Ultratech comes with two types. It comes with a finger screw that you can tighten with your fingers, but I always found that to be in the way. So it also comes with this screw, which you can tighten with an Allen wrench. And the good thing about this dop retention screw is that when you want to do the table, you don't have to take it out. For years, I used to take it out and then put my tabling adapter on. But you don't have to. I just screw it in so that it's below the surface of our quill here, and then I put in my cabling adapter. Now on the Ultratech itself, if you do want to remove that screw, there's a spot right here on your machine where you can screw that little brass screw into so you don't lose it, because they're really easy to lose. The next thing you do to set your stone up to cut the table is you put your index at an angle of 45 degrees, and that's because your tabling adapter is also 45 degrees, and the two together will put your stone at a 90-degree angle flat on the on your lap. You never want to put your Ultratech machine down to 0 degrees. It could catch pretty easily and damage the stone. It's not a good way to do it, so never do that. Next step to put on your tabling adapter, 45-degree angle adapter, which is this piece, and you want to make sure it's flush with your flattest lap. And I use my ceramic lap because that's the flattest lap there is that I've got. I believe it's the flattest lap they make. And to make sure you're in alignment left and right, front and back you're in alignment when your index is at 45 degrees. But this tabling aligner looks like a dop stick with a very flat piece that lines up with your lap. You just put that in your tabling adapter, and that will make sure that your left and right, that your 45-degree table lap adapter is set up right. Then these two set screws, you tighten those up. And you can then remove the tabling aligner, and your machine is set up for to cut your table. You just put your dop in here, and I set it so that for a rectangle, so that my stone is lengthwise with the tabling adapter. You don't have to, but if I have to cheat and make micro adjustments, that's easier if it's aligned at the 45 and 48 and 96. Then you just tighten this set screw, and you're ready to cut your table. Okay, after polishing the table, I saw a little groove. It wasn't really a scratch, but in one of the other earlier facets, a little feather groove, so I went back and cleaned that up. That's why my dop is in the quill and not in the tabling adapter. But the table is all polished up. I started with my 3000 grit diamond on a bat lap because I didn't need to move much material, and then polished it right up with my tin lap with a cerium oxide bat stick. So this stone is done. I'll soak it in the acetone, weigh it, measure it, and it'll be ready to send to BOPIE. Last week I cut a whopper of a gemstone, so it seemed fitting that this week I cut a minnow of a gemstone. And I just finished cutting Hauyne, a gemstone so very rare that you probably have never even heard of it before or have never seen it. The gemstone is a beautiful, vivid blue color, and which I understand can only be found in the Eifel district of Germany. I found that Hauyne cuts and polishes easily. However, due to its rarity, Hauyne rough is very expensive, and this rough is rarely found in sizes over a carat, at least not clean. There's not a lot of information available on cutting and polishing Hauyne. I had to phone a few friends and get a lot of advice. I found that both the creamway lap with no added oxide polishes Hauyne right up, and I also found that using my tin lap with a cerium oxide bat stick from Gear Loop also polishes Hauyne right up. I did not try polishing with 60K diamond, but I've been told that that will also polish Hauyne. If you do get an opportunity to cut a piece of Hauyne, take advantage. It's not difficult to cut or polish. However, most Hauyne is not clean, and I understand from several other cutters that polishing and cutting fractured and included Hauyne can be a nightmare. Hauyne is not commercially mined, and recent government restrictions in the Eifel district have made it difficult for rock hounds to search for Hauyne crystals, which is how all the crystals available have been found. If you have cut Hauyne before, please contact me on Facebook and let me know what you thought of this gem material. Photos are always welcome, and as always, happy fasting, everyone.